Hi everybody, welcome back to Let's Play Grandia 3. So I just want to take back my comment that Bravely Default was as badly balanced as this last encounter. Although it is terrible, I do want to take it back because this is actually worse. It's because this was just in the middle of a straight line where they just ramped up the difficulty 5 times over. So whereas Bravely Default actually did it in between dungeons. So I think that is significantly different, and that's why I'm going to give this the worst rating of the two. I guess it's like a combination of in Final Fantasy X, where in the desert they just spawn in like a mini-boss every now and again, but you can't possibly fight, and you don't know that the first time, you just get raped. But it's worse than that because it's not a boss, it's just a mook, and you can't run away from it because they're faster than you, and because there's loads of them. So it is the worst aspects of the terrible balancing in Bravely Default, with the bullshit random encounter boss spawn out of nowhere of Final Fantasy X. And I'm sure this is where I quit the first time round. And if I wasn't doing an LP, I'd be quite tempted to. I mean, hopefully the game will get better and it won't do it again. But it is shit, and it is an excellent reason to quit playing this game. And I think it's a very good reason why there wouldn't be a Grandia 4. Shit like that if it happens again. But I didn't seem to stop Dragon Age. You know, that was bullshit as well. Anyway, enough about bullshit games of the mid-2000s. Oh, this heat. I'm dripping with sweat here. Nothing but sun and sand, no matter which way we go. You sure there's really a guardian around here? Yes, if this is where the people of the corridor live. Let's go, Yuki, Ulf. Nope, I got here before, because this is where my save game was. That was on my memory card. This is how far I got, and I don't know why I quit. Hi, you want to offer a prayer to Yote too? Yote? Yote's our guardian. He's been protecting us for a really long time. This is a statue of a guardian. This one doesn't seem as powerful as old Drac. But Yote guards the entire mainland, so that makes him the most powerful of all. Looks like a ram, doesn't it? We've got to give thanks to the mighty Yote. If not, Grandpa's going to be angry. Or Grandpa Yote? Huh? How'd you get in here, walking through the desert? Haha, didn't you see? We flew in from the sky, in an airplane. That red thing is called an aeroplane. What kind of magic keeps it up like that? It's not really magic. There's a machine inside called a flight unit. Machine? What's that? Something that lets people do magical things without magic. With an airplane and a flight unit, anyone can fly. Really? So does that mean even I could fly up in one of those aeroplanes? Amazing. That's not true at all. I realise this is like a game for children. I'm not going to explain an aerofoil right this second, but it's not that complicated. Beyond this point lies the Baccula desert. It's dangerous, but you've got an aeroplane, so you can fly over it, right? This is a big town, actually. Another rat. That's the 5th one today. I tell you, those rats are playing games with us. If I put a little wheat here for the rats, it keeps them away from the storehouse. That's an old tradition of ours. Even the rats are desperate in the desert. Mum says we should do it like that, but I think it's better to kill them all before they can eat, like a sealing mission. What's a sealing mission? So you don't know. It's a secret mission that Yote chose our people to go out on. Ugh, delivering flour is so boring. I can't wait to grow up and go on a sealing mission. It's a windmill. Are you grinding wheat? Yep, it's wheat. The west wind's been blowing strong all day. Looks like I can get done early today. You came riding in on the west wind, didn't you? On that large red bird. Actually, I'd like to say we outflew the wind. I see. At long last. What do you mean? Time to make deliveries. What's that? Magic shop. In. Welcome to the Desert Inn. I can't remember the last time we had guests. Where's home? I'm from Arcriff. And I'm a communicator. Yeah, don't go around bloody telling everybody. Why did the innkeeper need to know that? A communicator? Goodness, it's been 2 years since we had a communicator here. I need to prepare. What to do? Don't need to stay the night, really. I'll stay the night later. I'm sure we'll have a discussion over food at some point. Young communicator, our chief has been waiting for you. Please go and see her in the chief's tent. I'll make dinner. Yeah, we need dinner. I'm guessing we're going to eat dinner in there. Our chief is indecisive. The communicator will never come, and I'm getting so old. Our people may be doomed. Stop being so depressed. The communicator is here now. That takes care of one of your problems, right? A communicator is here. The young man has finally come to Baccula. I'm the communicator. I've come in place of my brother. You. I see. There must have been some reason it took you so long to get here. Young communicator, the world is a mess and we need an answer. Please relay the words of Griff to our chief. There are a lot of houses here. And a lot of other stuff. What's that? It's got a ram's head like the Guardian. It's another hot one today, but the tonkels aren't bothered one bit by this heat. I wonder how they do it. Are those animals tonkels? They do look really hot with all that fur. Yuki, I'm going to die out here. Now that you mention it, you're a pretty hairy one yourself. Just as bad as my herd. Yeah, Ulf's fur comes in handy in colder climates, but out here it can be a problem. Right, Ulf? Whoa, water! Ulf passed out. Drink some of this, Ulf. Thanks, Yuki. I thought I was done for. Right, I'm losing my voice a bit here. I know I've only done a tiny part of the town and I'll forget what I've done. But I'm going to come back and record the second half of this video another day. Right, I'm back. It's a week later. That's going to make for a weird episode. And the audio most likely sounds different, especially my voice at this point. And of course, I can't remember where I've gone. Now, I cleared that little camel circle, and I don't think I got any further.
Here we go. Oh, now this one. Oh, forget you over there.
Please stop it. You're always doing this. What is the point?
What are you talking about, Ruilia? You know we have to keep the shrine in good order. The communicator could come at any moment.
No one is coming!
Huh?
It's been 2 years. We can't just sit around waiting. We have to do something or nothing is ever going to change.
Yes, but the chief told us to wait right here.
The chief isn't always right. She's human. She can make mistakes or do things for her own selfish reasons.
That's enough, Ruilia. You mustn't be so hard on her. After all, she's your only sister, right?
Sister? What on earth?
Donna, you've got to snap out of this. Just forget about him. Please.
I mean, they're sisters, and yet Yuki and Miranda are brother and sister, mother and son. Man, I don't get aging in this world at all. Some type of tribal dispute, maybe? Not too sure about that. Let's just focus on finding the chief. Hey, Granny, would you mind telling us where your chief lives? Oh, hello, traveller. Our chief lives in the big black tent. Well, that narrows it down to practically every tent here. In Baccula, it's as part of our tradition to live in black tents, and the women must all dress in red. I see. Since long ago? Yes, it's been part of our code for ages. People change. We changed chiefs 2 years ago, but the code never changes. You have a new chief, but... Wait a minute, sorry to cut this conversation short, but where's the chief's tent? Oh yes, just behind the flower bed, there's a black tent with a guard in front. That's the one. Shall I clear some of these other tents first? Aurelius' tent. Oh, it's the babe, whose sister is like a granny. We can't wait forever, you know. If the communicator doesn't come, we've got to go out and search ourselves. Oh, who might you be? We've come a long way to get here. Old Drac told us to, since there's a guardian here, right? Just as my sister predicted. Are you a communicator? You are a communicator. My sister's prediction came true. Not quite what I expected, but... I'm not the one, it's her. My name is Alfina. I've come to hear and relay the holy words of your guardian. I see. If you haven't met my sister, or our chief rather, please do go see her at once. She's been waiting for you, waiting for so long. I see. Another scorcher today. What a rare privilege for us to have guests. How did you find us? It wasn't easy. I had no idea your village would be right in the middle of a desert. You're right. I wish Yotes would have chosen more of a pleasant place to live. Is Yote your guardian? Don't you think he might not like your tone? It's fine, just so long as those rule-obsessed villagers don't hear me. You seem a lot easier to talk to than some of those other villagers. They're too uptight. I just can't bear living my days like this, waiting around for a communicator to come along and save the day. I'm sorry I'm late, but your days of waiting have finally ended. Are you saying that you're a communicator? At last. Now maybe those two will finally make up. Well, that must be the chief's tent. This whole mess is her fault. Everyone is acting awful. What are you so down about? Did something bad happen before we got here? Well, everyone is blaming our chief that the people of the corridor can't go on their missions. But it's really because a communicator never comes. Our chief has been so tired lately and losing her patience. Sorry I'm late. I came to relay the holy words of Griff. Are you a communicator? I thought you'd be a lot more scary looking. Yay, you've got to hurry up and tell our chief your communicator stuff. She's been waiting for so long. Not yet, of course. Wow, someone from the outside. Where are you from? I'm from a place called Arcriff. Arcriff? You mean the Arcriff, where Griff lives? So you've heard of it? Awesome! Arcriff really exists after all. I thought it was only talked about in stories. Is it true there aren't any sandstorms there? And is there a forest of palm trees? And what about the sea and shells? No palm trees or sea, but there's a forest wrapped in fog, where birds sing and the sun peeks through. There's a clear lake and an old temple. Fog, forest and a lake sounds much different than the desert. I want to go to Arcriff. Yeah, no you don't. Wow, we have visitors. I'll bet you crossed over the hot desert to get here. Sure did. Desert, sea, you name it. With an airplane, it's no problem at all. That sounds wonderful. We used to travel from one end of the desert to the other. We've gone on sealing missions for ages. In response to the words from our guardian, we seal all distortions found in our world. Oh, are the people of the corridor able to communicate with their guardian? Just as an aside, it sounds like that is part of the verse sphere stuff. Wouldn't that be nice? Actually, we've always needed a communicator to relay Griff's words, but it's been so long. Hey there, Pops. You look bored. Are you one of the people of the corridor? People of the corridor. Those who live and die by the code are deserving of that title. And that includes me. Live and die by the code? That sounds like something my people in the valley say. You're filthy, you know that? Bad breath and dandruff. What's the point of sitting here all day? I'd like to ask you, what's the point of wandering around all day? Me? Well, I eat and sleep. I guess that's pretty much it. Sounds like what I do. Wait a minute, that's only the basics, but we're on a mission here. We just sleep and eat in between. Is that right? Sounds like what I do. I wonder if these guests have anything to do with what the chief was foretelling. Nah, it's hopeless now. Oops, she said something new there. We've gone on missions since the time of our ancestors, but now my husband just sits there like a bump on a log. Well, to be fair, if there are no missions, you can't really blame your husband for it. Something's cooking. I smell meat with onions and some kind of spices. Doesn't it smell great, Yuki? You sure get a lot from the smell. Oh, not bloody skills. Hello, you look like quite an able young man. Did you come in search of Baccula's 5,000-year-old skills? Skill level 1, skip. Negates damage from minor attacks. Don't really know what that means. Increases dodge rate. Oh, well, to be fair, Yuki does dodge more than the others. Gives a chance for a counter-attack. Well, if the chance without is 0, it's got to be better. And I've got 3 of those, they barely do anything. Okay, well how about I buy 2 perceptions? They are at the very least cheap. We'll take 3 counters, again at least they're cheap. And plus damage to demons and undead, but I don't know how much. Right, let's try setting up then. how about we check again our statuses? Oops. So, I don't know how useful that is. Because it's very... Oh, there's no setup blob. That's annoying. Oh, well, we won't do that yet then. Well, no idea if that's good or bad yet. Hello travellers, this sweltering heat should convince you to buy some items, so let us begin the business ritual. Oh well, that's fire damaged and higher, so that's good. I wonder if plus wind mana eggs make any difference? Well, I guess probably not. That's better. And a lot of this stuff is better. The game obviously considers initiative not to be as good as move. Prevents poison and paralysis. I've already got one of them. I got one of them from the quest in Mendy. Okay then. And these tremor is really good and it's very cheap. And I could buy 9 of them and it'd barely make an impact on my money. Right, well that's much better than what... In fact, I wonder what I've got already that I haven't equipped. Let's have a look first. Right, so that gives you plus... Right, your dragon is... It's better for you. That's what I was trying to say. The game thinks initiative is better than move, so I'll take those. All the prevent things are good. Well, I think that is objectively better, isn't it? Yeah, let's take that. And this is more about what's prevalent in the area at the time. Some of these at magic level 4 must be better than what I've got. So at the moment you've got fire and earth. Well, I know that tremor is pretty old, but I'm going to give you that. Alright, so that's it for equipment I've already got. So would I rather have no element, fire element, or lightning element? Let's go for a lightning element. I'd rather have magic. Right, so you can have one of those too. That pretty much breaks even with what you've got. That's objectively better, so we'll go with that. You can have a silver armour. That is plus 10 to one of you. See, the game thinks initiative is a lot better. It's objectively better than whatever Alfina's got. Well, let's take 2. What does that do? That's better than what you've got. We'll take 1. Right, so that's all those done. So now we're just down to accessories. Dragon scale. It doesn't sound that good really, and it's only worth 16, so we'll get rid of that. And again, these are all useful depending on what the prevalent enemies are. I think we'll avoid the accessories for the time being. No, been in there. You the guest of our chief was speaking of? I didn't think you'd be a bunch of kids. The way you're talking, it sounds like you knew we were coming. Our chief predicted it, saying visitors from a faraway land will come to release us from hardship. That must be the back of one of those other tents we've been in. Oh, a magic shop, I'm about to throw all my money. Excuse me, ma'am. I've never seen a machine like that before. What does it do? Curious, are we, young man? Travellers have sought it since ancient times. It's the fruit of 5,000 years of Baculani wisdom. The Mana Egg Fusion Machine. Mana Egg Fusion Machine? This funny looking thing is... Take a look. The magic inside is boiling hot, and the machine is raring to go. She's starving for mana eggs. So this machine is used to fuse together mana eggs. That's right, any student of magic would be fascinated with the art of fusion. I'm a mighty sorceress. Feel free to ask me about the art of fusing mana eggs. So how do you fuse mana eggs? 2 mana eggs are broken down, then merged together. Finally, a new mana egg is produced before your very eyes. That's the art of fusion. The first 2 eggs are no longer usable and broken down, so choose carefully. Does fusion make better eggs? You may think an egg created by fusion is naturally more powerful than the 2 eggs used to make it. Not necessarily. A lot of changes take place. Sometimes a weaker egg is produced, or an odd egg. You'll just have to fuse together a lot of eggs to get a handle on the laws involved in the process. I think we should probably save our inventory then before we muck it about. Well then, I have customers. Why don't I show you the art of mana egg fusion? Well, first of all, do you have anything good to just buy? That's a line. Cure... no one's got pure poison and paralysis at the moment. I don't know why there's a stutter in the sound there. Just let me check the recording's going. Well, it seems fine. Don't know why. Zap all. Oh, it's a fan. It's not a normal. Oh, it's so annoying. I still don't just have an all to buy. I guess I better buy a zap all. And that does a circle, which isn't bad. But it's not as good as Tremors in terms of its area. Very underwhelmed. I don't have a boom, and that's a line. No, I'm just really underwhelmed. Not sure how good that you should get it, really. You've got plus a little bit of tornado, and you don't have a very reliable area of effect, so you can have zap all, even though you don't have a lot of magic power. Right, well that's what I've got. I'll fuse them later once I've saved. No matter how powerful the magic is that you've generated, it's worthless if you don't set up first, don't forget. If I could pull Tremor out of any of them, I might do. Oh, look how cute this is. What innocent eyes. Really? Looks like a mindless animal to me, and not a very tasty one at that. We've been expecting you. Please go inside. Thanks. Let's go in. Hold on. You can't just let us right in. Do you even know who we are? All the people of Baccula know who you are. That you'd come riding the west winds on a red bird to fulfill our destiny. We've all been waiting earnestly for this day to come. But we don't know a thing about your people. This is really weird. Well, let's not get caught up in the details. I'm sure we'll get things figured out if we go in this tent. My mouth is not working again. That was the whole point of stopping the episode.
Honored communicator, I'd like to welcome you to our village. I am the chief of the Bacculani people. My name is Donna. It was my spirit cards that told me of your impending arrival.
Chief Donna, I'm sorry. We have all traveled a long way to meet your guardian.
Yes, I'm aware of that. Finally we'll hear the voice of Yot the Magnificent.
But first, there's something you should know.
Something terrible has happened in Arcriff.
No. Griff is the leader of all the Guardians. How could she be dead?
Also, Griff said, well, her last words were, believe in love.
Love?
I think I understand what she means. No matter what happens, if you believe in the power of love, there will always be hope for the future.
Do you really think that's true? Love can only bring sadness. I'm sorry. I just cannot accept what you're saying. Please, be on your way now.
Hey! Please wait! Donna!
Go now.
Well, that wasn't very helpful at all. We'll chase her down next episode. Thank you for watching. Come back for the next part of Grandia 3.